This is Entan. The European Non-Territorial Autonomy Network is an action funded by COST, which started in 2019. It is dedicated to examining the notion of non-territorial autonomy. The project thrives on the conviction that respect for cultural diversity and accommodation of differences are the cornerstones of prosperous democratic societies. In 4 years, Entan has grown into a network of more than 180 scholars from 36 countries who engage in interdisciplinary work and dialogue with policymakers, civil society organizations, and cultural communities. Entan provided for training and empowerment of young researchers across Europe and beyond. And it allowed for contributions by theorists and practitioners of various backgrounds. Entan has awarded grants for scientific missions and organized conferences and network meetings. This work has resulted in seminal academic publications and policy papers. Thanks to these efforts, today we know more about the theory and practice of non-territorial autonomy, and we can consider alternative modalities for the accommodation of minority needs. So, what is NTA?
Non-territorial autonomy is a very important instrument to allow for minority participation in public life. It has been a bit neglected in the past, and nowadays is becoming more important.
A lot of academics come from Eastern Europe, and they come from countries where they're studying how non-territorial autonomy is now being applied in these states where governments want to recognize diversity.
And so by this reasoning, effective equality for persons belonging to minorities implies the right to maintain one's own distinct societal culture within the framework of belonging to a wider state community. And this, I think, corresponds pretty closely to the original vision of NTA that was proposed by Renner and Bauer and others back in the early 1900s. It was a vision that defined minorities as communities of persons united by a commitment to maintaining a shared cultural identity.
The European Non-Territorial Autonomy Network, or the abbreviation Entan, released the first of a kind report that talks about the different kind of practices of non-territorial autonomy. The report is actually unique because it investigates both legal and political developments in many countries, as well as a list of case studies, but it also talks about economical effects and economic implementation and economic benefits of minorities in different countries, especially if they apply non-territorial arrangements.
The idea that minorities require some kind of representation and recognition in order to be part of the respective states is an issue of capital importance to the way that contemporary democracies operate.
The success of Entan is an achievement of all its members. They have invested talent, expertise, and willingness to take a chance on a fundamental belief that all of us, with all our differences, deserve respect, recognition, and the right to pursue a full and good life. And for that alone, we say to all Entan members, thank you.